Introduce again Suzanne Nazal from the Asian Development Bank. Welcome.
Thank you very much for the warm introductions. I hope I look like I've been able to rest now. Is it already on the second day? So, Honorable Pato, Minister for Foreign Affairs, Mr. Dolok Saribo from the Embassy of Indonesia, I am pleased to be in the company of reformers and advocates, individuals and organizations that are committed to work for more open and accountable governments. Indeed, it is such a pleasure to see governments and civil society coming together in constructive engagement to recommend ways toward a common goal. I've heard innovative proposals in the past 2 days, which only shows that with a common vision, commitment, and cooperation, good things can definitely come. The Asian Development Bank, as you know, works with governments to support our developing member countries fight poverty. Our main instruments are loans and technical assistance. And from 31 members at its establishment in 1966, ADB has grown to encompass 67 member countries, of which 48 are from Asia and the Pacific. I work in a small unit called the NGO and Civil Society Center, which acts as a window for ADB's engagement with civil society. And I've been delighted to have to be here in this open government partnership workshop, growing from 8 countries to more than 64 in a span of 3 years is nothing short of impressive. However, we at ADB are concerned that only 9 of these countries are in Asia and the Pacific region, where 1.6 billion people are poor. But I know for sure that more ADB member countries like the PNG will be interested in joining in the near future. This only means that there's a potential for expanding OGP in Asia and the Pacific. The ADB joins 4 other multilateral partners like the World Bank and Inter-American Development Bank, UNDP, and OECD. I believe these partnerships are important to make resources available to support participating countries implement their open government reform commitments. The multilateral partners are also supporting countries that wish to become eligible to join the OGP by working with their governments and civil society. And I'm hopeful that these partnerships will help prompt an expansion of OGP's foothold in Asia and the Pacific. In 1995, ADB became the first multilateral development bank to adopt a governance policy, which recognizes that development is more successful in environments where decision-making is transparent, in a culture of accountability among government officials. In 1998, ADB approved its NGO cooperation policy, which recognizes civil society organizations as important stakeholders and partners in poverty reduction. So international NGOs like Transparency International, national groups like CSO Forum, advocacy-oriented environmental groups, youth and community associations, we feel that they help us improve the way we do our development services. I cannot emphasize enough that there's a great potential for a successful partnership, given that our missions are well aligned. So the question now is, what can we achieve together? In coordination with governments interested in OGP, ADB can explore opportunities to provide technical and financial assistance to help countries meet OGP eligibility criteria and develop and implement OGP action plans. Second, ADB will continue to strengthen engagement with civil society in our programs and services. We will continue to promote constructive engagement between governments and CSOs. Positive engagement between the government and citizens is a critical factor in promoting government stability. Thirdly, ADB can convene government, civil society, and other actors to foster learning and discover innovative approaches for better governance across countries. No one has a monopoly of good practice. Each of us can contribute to the learning process. Some points to consider as we move forward. Let us recognize the uniqueness of each country. We learn from each other, but let's also see the uniqueness and strength of our country. I admire PNG's inherent sense of volunteerism, which is the engine of community-based and church-based initiatives. Second is take action. We end the workshop in a few minutes, but real work is just beginning. As mentioned this morning, partnerships are key, internationally, nationally, between agencies, and between state and civil society. Third, maximize opportunities. PNG's youthful population is an asset, a source of innovation in advocating for open governance, plus a government that is supportive with committed citizens. So we encourage you to explore new tools for engagement, such as the use of ICT and social media to disclose information and promote transparency. This will also help strengthen CSO coordination in the country. As our Indonesian colleagues note this morning, it has been a painful experience for them. But I believe we have champions in this room who will take on this challenge. I'd like to end by quoting Mr. Henry Ford. And it happens that Ford Foundation is also one of our supporters. And he said that coming together is the beginning. Keeping together is progress. Working together is success. So thank you very much for your time.